Good morning, everybody. Isn't this an exciting day? And you know what? The rain is promised not to come until we do what we have to do today. And I won't even say what we have to do, what we are excited to be able to do. We are here today to honor a living legend. And come on, y'all, give it up for a living legend, Mamie Peanut Johnson. We are here to acknowledge the outstanding contributions of someone who will always have a unique place in history because of what she has done. We are dedicating a field in her name. Now, she's already told me, she said, look, I played baseball. There's a football field out here. Well, and she's right. She's absolutely right. But you know what the most important thing is? And that is, this will be the first field in the history of the District of Columbia ever named for a woman. Isn't that a phenomenal accomplishment? And whatever we play out here, it will now always be known as the Mamie Peanut Johnson Field in the District of Columbia. Just by way of background, I wish I could say she was a native Washingtonian, but she is a native Washingtonian to me now. She's been in Washington so long, all right? She's been in Washington at least the last 5 years. Oh my God, 67 years. I wasn't gonna put any numbers out there, all right? She was born in Ridgeway, South Carolina, and she was discovered at the age of 19 playing sandlot baseball right here on Rosedale. And by the way, this field has tremendous significance for me. I grew up not far from here. I grew up, what are we at, 17th? I grew up on 6th Street. And when I grew up, every recreation center in this city had baseball. For 12 and under, 14 and under, and 16 and under. 16 and unders were guys who may or may not have played high school ball. But I played on the 14 and under team for Logan. Y'all know where Logan is? Down at 3rd and G Northeast. Well, we played right out here on this field. And I used to walk all the way across, from 6th Street all the way over to 17th Street to be able to play baseball right here at what until now is known as the Rosedale field. So this has special significance for me as well. Mamie Peanut Johnson was the first woman pitcher to play professional men's baseball. Y'all hear what I said? Yeah. That's so important, got me choked up. But that is absolutely phenomenal because you go back to the days of the Negro leagues, we had great teams. We had great ball players who played in those leagues. We had the Indianapolis Clowns. Anybody remember the Indianapolis Clowns? They used to come and play at what was the first at Griffith Stadium? Used to play in Griffith Stadium, right? And used to bar and some of those players, some of the players from the Negro leagues eventually got a chance to go on and play Major League Baseball. Great ball players. Anybody remember a ball player by the name of Satchel Paige? Yeah. See the kind of impact that made? How about a ball player by the name of Hank Aaron? Yeah. Hank Aaron still holds the record for the most home runs in a career, right? How many did he hit? How many? 761 or something like that? That is absolutely incredible. You think about that for a second. If somebody hits 35 home runs, Jesus, 35 home runs. Huh? 22 years ago. Yeah, you're doing the math on me, right? In any event, can you imagine anybody who hits 35 home runs right now in 1 year would be considered a real good ball player. But somebody would have to hit 35 home runs, as Jesus said, for 22 years. First of all, you get to play for 22 years and then hit average of 35 home runs. That is absolutely phenomenal. And then you take players like that and you have somebody of the caliber of Mamie Peanut Johnson pitching to him. And she did. She pitched to a lot of these people. And you know what her lifetime record was? 38-6. 38 victories, 6 losses. I don't know who those 6 teams were, but they must have been pretty doggone good. In any event, we are out here really to celebrate a wonderful moment in the history of the District of Columbia and a wonderful moment in the life of someone who's made an enormous contribution to our city and especially to our young people. I think, are you still working with youth? That's what I thought. After all these years, still working with young people, and what a great commitment to make. How about the fact, give it up for the fact that she's still working with young people in the District of Columbia. We have a number of people who are with us today who wanted to be a part of this, and frankly, this is a fantastic crowd. We don't normally get crowds this large for the dedication of a field or dedication of a room or dedication of a building or whatever. And how about the fact that we have our young people, our students behind me? They all go to Minor. I see the principal back there, LaVon Bunch, who is with us here today also. Now,
Friendship Charter Schools here as well.
Oh, Friendship is here?
In the back.
Oh, great, Friendship. All right, give it up. By the way, Ms. Bunch, I asked all these young people how they were doing in school. They not only said they were doing great, but they said every one of them said they were getting all A's.
Right?
That's what y'all told me, wasn't it? Amnesia has set in back here. Y'all notice that the sun is coming out now? In any event, we have a number of people who wanted to be here to be a part of this, people who helped make this happen. I was on the council when we started this, and I'm delighted to be able to be here in this capacity today. First person we want to hear from is somebody who I've thoroughly enjoyed working with. She is our ANC Commissioner for 6A07. Please join me in welcoming Sandra Phillips Gilbert.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Rosedale community, mayor,
Good morning.
and distinguished guests. I'm Sandra Phillips Gilbert, the new ANC commissioner for the Rosedale community. It is a privilege to be a part of this dedication of the Rosedale field in honor of Mamie Peanuts Johnson. I first met Ms. Johnson in 2009, and the Rosedale Grassroots organizations, which I'm a part of, and Commissioner Gladys Mack. We joined together. We had public meetings, and we organized the community, and we educated them about our legendary hero. She was discovered in the field here, and we are just grateful that we have someone in our community. Ms. Johnson's contribution to the game of baseball and her legacy precedes her and has placed the Rosedale community on the map, a community that is often unnoticed, has gone unnoticed. This has truly been an enriching political and spiritual journey for me, and as an African-American woman, I believe it is all of our responsibility to preserve our legacy and our history. And Miss Mamie Peanuts Johnson is truly in a league of her own. We love you, we thank you, and we honor you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right. You know, isn't it fitting that we kind of do this right now, because the movie 42, I don't know whether you all have seen it yet, but the movie 42 just came out, I think it was last Friday that it was released, and I haven't seen it yet. I intend to see it, of course, because it has such historic value, but I understand it's very good. And wouldn't it have been wonderful if we could have gotten Mamie Peanut Johnson into that movie to be a part of it, because she is as much a part of history, well, not quite maybe as much as Jackie Robinson, but very much a part of a history that will never be written, never be replicated again. We have an outstanding group of people who work in our Department of Parks and Recreation. I love to talk about them, because anything you want done, they will get it done, and they usually get it done before you ask for it, which is phenomenal. Our director is, I don't know all the directors in the country, but got to be at the top of the list. Y'all can do better than that, can't you? He's all over the city along with John Stokes, who works directly with him. They do a phenomenal job as a partnership across the city. Please welcome our director of the Department of Parks and Recreation, Jesus Aguirre.
All right.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. You know, whether I'm at the top of that list or not, I certainly feel like I have the best job in the country. So I really appreciate, Mr. Mayor, your support. And this is actually a perfect sort of symbolism for the kind of support the Parks and Recreation gets from Mayor Gray. This is really one of these model community centers with the library, with a swimming pool. We're going to have a beautiful, brand new, just really special playground that's going to open up in a few weeks. You know, I'm looking over, I can see the green roof on the building, and then, of course, this field. So we're really excited to be here today to celebrate the dedication of this field. I do want to thank a few folks, of course, the mayor for his support, and really he gets the need for Parks and Recreation in the lives of our residents, and so that really makes our job really easy. We have a great team at DPR. In addition to John Stokes, we have 502 other folks that work day in, day out to really support our efforts and work with all of you to improve all of the lives of our residents. I want to highlight the team from Rosedale that's here. I know they're probably running around still trying to make sure things are set, but the manager I see in the red shirt there, Brian Williams, let's give him a round of applause, who's here all day, every day working with kids. Shannon Campbell, I saw her earlier. She may be inside, but give Shannon a quick hand, please. Tiara Hall, who I haven't seen here yet this morning, but she's here later on today. Lisa Green. Yes, where are we? All right, Marcus Coates, over there in the green shirt, and Elliot Brown. And these are the folks that are in the community, interacting with all of our seniors, interacting with all of our residents, our youth, etc. So thank you for doing that. I also want to thank all of the folks here, especially the commissioner, newly crowned commissioner, Phillips Gilbert. I mentioned to her while the mayor was speaking that one of the things that just really inspires me about her is just her enthusiasm. Every time I've seen her, very enthusiastic, very dedicated to this community. So I think the community couldn't have picked a better commissioner. So thank you for being here. And then of course we want to thank all of the friends, family, and supporters for Mamie Peanut Johnson for being here today to help us honor her and recognize her with this field. And I'm especially excited to have the youth here, to have the kids here. As the mayor said, it's wonderful to know that Ms. Johnson is still working with kids. Our kids from Minor, our kids from Friendship. It's really inspiring, and it's an honor to us to be able to recognize Mamie with this field, but especially as her legacy and her history will continue to inspire our youth. So we're very excited to be a part of this. As the mayor said, Mamie has not only just survived, but really thrived in a male-dominated sport of baseball. And it really is fitting to be here today. Of course, the mayor with his special connection to baseball and to this community. It's just a wonderful day here today. So we're really excited to continue working with the community, working with Mamie Peanut Johnson, working with our youth as we continue to push them to make some positive choices in their lives so they can one day hopefully be as successful as our honoree here today. So thank you all for coming. And one thing I am going to ask, I just got a gift of a book, the story. It says A Strong Right Arm. I'm going to see if I can get her to sign this for me today before we leave. But thank you all for being here.
Our next speaker is somebody who has devoted so much time and energy and effort and in her heart to this community as well. She actually was the ANC commissioner that preceded our current ANC commissioner, Sandra Phillips Gilbert. Please join me in welcoming somebody who is really kind of all over the place, deeply caring and working on behalf of our community, Gladys Mack.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor Gray. I would like to have Jerome Gray come up. I don't want to any relations. And Robert Clayton, Esquire, to come up. I did not do this project alone. These two men helped me to get this project on the way. This project started in Carolyn Swartz's office, one of our former councilwomen in this community. I'm going to give you a brief history about how long it took. February 19, 2009. We first had our meeting right across the street there in Pilgrim Church to introduce Mamie Peanut Johnson to the community, to educate them about the community. As we went along, we went to other community leaders, the Rosedale Civic Alliance, the Rosedale Acorn community also was introduced to this community. Also, we went to the A&C commissioners to support us in our effort to get this field named after Mamie Peanut Johnson. During that time, Vincent Gray was the chairman of this effort. The name of this bill was called Bill 18-612, Mamie Peanut Johnson Field Designation Act of 2010. We finally made it to this day. Mamie Peanut Johnson is one of the 3 Negro ladies that played with the men. Her record as pitching was win 33 games and lost 8 in 3 seasons. That's wonderful. Mamie Peanut Johnson expressed that women can succeed in a male-dominant field.
That's exactly right. That's right.
Thank you, Ms. Mamie Peanut Johnson, to make it possible for our young people to see history here today. Thank you.
Mamie, congratulations. This is your day. This is your moment. But it's always been your day and always your moment. Jerome and I are so pleased to be here because this has been an effort on the community's part and our part to get this done. And getting this done, it was also important to educate the youth with regard to the significance of Ms. Johnson. And what we did was donate a copy of her book, A Strong Right Arm, to every public library in the District of Columbia. We also dedicated this book to the library of the University of Chicago Lab Schools, and she actually spoke and taught the 3rd grade elementary school class there, so this is a national recognition. We have encased the book, which we'll present to the library here on permanent display. We'll make available to every student that's here a copy, if they so choose to read this book, and to pass the knowledge along. Jerome, this is your baby.
Well, I thank for everyone for coming out today. Even though we are celebrating this field for Mamie, but we are also celebrate everyone that play in Negro Baseball League. And this is a step in the near future because we need to know the information. The kids need to know the history of Negro baseball and Washington, D.C. So I'm just taking my time. I'm so glad it's over. I'm so glad that Mamie is still here to see it while she's living. And thank God for everybody.
Good to see you, man. All right. Please tell her I asked about it. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. You know, Mamie is such a legend that she's now an honorary member of the Washington Nationals. I don't know now. If we have any more 15-0 games, we might have to press you into service, all right? I hope you're ready. Anyway, we have some people from the Nationals who are here with us today. Speaking on behalf of the Nationals is Sean Bertani, and I want to ask her to come up. She's going to present a jersey, and looks like a name on the back I was very familiar to us, a special jersey. All right, Sean, come on up.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, first of all, Mayor Gray, DC Parks and Rec, the ANC, the community. Thank you for inviting us to be part of this today. We are truly honored to be part of this great celebration. And to Ms. Johnson, congratulations to you on something very well deserved. For me, one of the most gratifying aspects of working in professional sports is the opportunity it provides us to make an impact on people's lives, to celebrate and support the community and its leaders. As we've heard today, Mamie was one of only 3 women, and she was the first female pitcher to play in the Negro Leagues. Mamie was a pioneer in sports, but probably more importantly, she was a pioneer in race and gender equality. We're really proud, as Mayor Gray mentioned, to have her as part of our family. She was in attendance at the very first Washington Nationals game back in 2005. And for those that may not know, she was drafted by the Washington Nationals back in 2008. That year, every Major League Baseball team drafted one player from the Negro League era, and Mamie was our choice. She was in New York that summer and represented the Washington Nationals at the draft that year. Now, in those 5 years since she was drafted, we have gone from a team that was working hard to make its mark to last year becoming the National League East Division champions.
All right.
Because we are so proud to consider Mamie as part of our family, we believe it's incredibly fitting that on this celebratory occasion we present her with her own Washington Nationals home jersey. It is personalized with her name and her favorite number. This is for you.
You know, we have a number of people, you see the jerseys out here today, a number of people who are representing the Negro Leagues today, and it is my understanding that they are going to sign a piece of memorabilia in honor of Mamie Peanut Johnson, and it will be hung in the recreation center, which will be there for our kids and our adults, our youth, everybody to be able to see day after day after day after day. And also to learn something about the Negro Leagues also. You know, it's hard if you didn't live through an era to be able to fully appreciate it, but I hope we will do everything we can to help our young people understand the quality of the ball players who played in the Negro Leagues. Just phenomenal. Again, when you talk about people like, like Jackie Robinson, you talk about, Hank Aaron, those are Hall of Famers, but there were so many other people like Larry Doby. Anybody remember Larry Doby, who played with the Cleveland Indians? Satchel Paige, of course, Monty Irvin. These are pioneers who showed that people can play baseball irrespective of what their ethnic or racial background may be. And there was one player who may have been the greatest player of all time that never got a chance to play in the major leagues. And that was a man who hit more home runs, as far as I know, he hit more home runs than any player in history, a man by the name of Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson was a great, great ball player. I never saw him play. I've read about him, and if you come into my office, you will see a life-size cutout of Josh Gibson in our library. Again, I understand he hit over 900 home runs, which is an incredible, incredible feat, especially given the pitching that he was hitting against. Can you imagine him hitting a home run against Mamie Peanut Johnson? I can't. I can't. Anyway, we are delighted to be able to honor you today, and I have a proclamation that I want to present to you on behalf of the office of the mayor of the District of Columbia. And I'm not going to read all these whereases because a lot of the information has already been shared with people, but I will read this, and that is, now, therefore, I, the mayor of the District of Columbia, do hereby proclaim April 19th, that would be today, right? Yeah. April 19th, 2013. April 19th, 2013. Remember that day. It will be forever known as Mamie Peanut Johnson Field Dedication Day in the District of Columbia. All right, come on up.
Good morning. Thank you so much for everything and all those that are here. And I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful. I would like to say to the mayor, and Miss Gladys and my attorney and Jerome and Miss Gilbert and me and you got to talk though. And everything that's going on here is such a wonderful day for me. And I'm so proud and so thankful for everything that you're doing for me. But there are some things that I want to say because these are things that I promised to these people that worked so hard for me to have this. And I have to say it because working hard for something that you might not get and you struggle for is really an effort. And it's a beautiful thing, and I'm proud to be who I am. And to play baseball here was a good thing. Me and St. Cyprian's and a whole lot of other fellows that are gone. But to do the things that I did them with a struggle. And it was effort. But I was determined to do what I wanted to do. And that was play baseball. And be the greatest lady pitcher that ever been put on earth. And I feel like I made it. I do. Yeah. I feel like I made it.
Right.
So for the young people that's here, I got to say this. First, study hard and be somebody. And you know, respect is the greatest thing in the world. And it starts at home. And let's try to do that. And I want these things to happen. I don't know if they're gonna happen or not, but me and this gentleman over here got to talk. Cause what's going on out here, it ain't working. So you know, like I said, I had to struggle for everything I got. So we got to struggle and get this here done, cause I can't play no ball out here. And I promised this community that I was going to bring baseball back in this community. I did. I promised them that. And see, now I can't do it with this year. This year ain't gonna make it. And me and the mayor, I got we got to do something about this. Really, we got to do something about this, cause I can't back out of something that I promised. And then see, I got to go. I'd make plans to go into these high schools and junior high schools and get me some ball players, be girls or boys. And maybe I can keep a gun out of somebody's hand. Amen. Yeah. Or some drugs out of somebody's mouth or arm. Something that I can do and make myself available to anyone that would like to talk about anything. See, it's a good thing when you can find somebody to talk to sometime. And I had planned that, and this is why I'm so grateful for this field. And I think I'm gonna get me some bases and things. I do. I do. I'm a beg, but I do think this is going to happen. We ain't worried about the numbers out there, nothing. All we need is some bases and backstops and whatever, and we can get this done. We can. We can do this. And I promise you, the ones that I promised this to before, that I'm going to start finding me some ball players. And the Nationals going to help me to get some equipment and all that and whatever. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Nationals is going to help me. And I'm going to get everything I need. And the field got to be fixed for me to have this done. All right. Yes. It's got to be fixed. You can leave the numbers there. I don't care. But we just got to mark off a field, that's all. And that's not a hard thing to do. If you put them there, you can put, some other lines there, can't you? Can't you do that? Huh? Say it loud. Make sure you say it loud so everybody can hear you now. See, all right. Y'all heard that, right? All right. This is the gentleman that we've been arguing on the phone all the time, but he's a nice gentleman. He's all right. Yeah, he all right. And between my job that the mayor promised me over at the academy and them fellas, and I get some fellas and some girls, we gonna have plenty of baseball. All right. Plenty of baseball. And I promise you that I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring baseball back to Northeast because we don't have any baseball in Northeast. We don't. But I'm going to make sure that we have at least 3 teams for baseball on this field that was dedicated to me, that I'm so, so proud of. And thank all of you that came. I got some friends here from New York, Virginia. Where my New York friends at? Stand up. Stand up. My Virginia friends. Where are my Virginia? Oh, yeah. And all my other friends here that came. Stand up. I'm proud of you. I'm happy. All right. All you baseball players, all right, Pedro, you played with me. Come on up here. There you go. Pedro was 17 years old when he come to play with us. Yeah, he came here from Cuba. This my baby. Yeah. Yeah, he thought he could pitch. Yeah, he did. He thought he could pitch, but Pedro made out all right. And I'm proud of him, and he's a good friend. And he's been a friend for a long, long time. And all my other friends, and that's here. And I see a gentleman that he wouldn't come out other than for today. That gentleman, Mr. Webster there, that's my friend. Yeah. And all my other ball players. Bleeding Bland, all y'all stand up here. All of you Negro League ball players. Yeah. And George Eccles and all of you. Yeah. Yeah, these are gentlemen. Come on up here, George. Yeah, 'cause I follow him everywhere. I call him my brother. Me and him go everywhere. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Say what? All right, and the children, I will be visiting your schools very soon. And I want you to know, all the children, all of you, be mindful of your parents, your teachers, and you learn a whole lot because they're there to teach you, to help you. I was looking at the news yesterday, and this the police told this young lady to go to class, and she busted him in the mouth. Yeah, see, and then he had to tase her, and when they tased her, she had to go to the hospital. See, that's not a way to go to school. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. But I will be visiting your schools, and I will be going to the schools to find me some ball players. Did you understand that? All right. To find me some ball players to get out here and play ball. And I'm quite sure we will have a backstop and also some plates to play with and whatever. And like I said, the Nationals gonna give me all my bats and balls. We can buy our gloves. So just look for that. And I'm hoping that this is a day that the children can remember, especially my nieces and nephews and my brother that came from Connecticut to see this. Yes. Yes. And I appreciate it so much. And I thank you, Mayor, because a whole lot of you all don't know this, but Mayor Williams was presented with this in 2000. And Mr. Thomas, but it didn't go through. And I'm thankful for our mayor now that he brought it on through. Yes, I'm so thankful for him. He's a good gentleman. He's a nice gentleman. Yeah, but anyway, all I'm asking for, some plates, a backstop, and have this field just marked off for a little baseball. You can keep these lines. I don't care about them. We ain't bothered about them. Just come on. And I ain't played no football. I ain't played no soccer. So, we got to get the baseball out here. Because I promised it to him, and I'm going to do that. And I thank you so much. Okay? Right. Thank you.
By the way, after listening to Mamie Peanut Johnson talk, we are going to make a revolutionary change out here today. Wait a minute. The first time that one of our kids crosses that goal line down there, we are not going to call it a touchdown, we're calling it a home run. All right, I think we're going to do the ribbon cutting now, are we, gentlemen? Okay. Everybody going to count down for me, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? Count.
5,